Welcome back, yard fanatics. You're back with BYD, Bermuda Grass Central. Yeah, I get that question: how high should I cut my Bermuda lawn, and how do I cut it? I'm about to tell you.
You're watching Bermuda Grad Central, changing the world 1 yard at a time.
Okay, guys, if you're watching this channel, you're tuned into Bermuda Grass Central. You're with BYD. That question about how high should I be cutting my Bermuda lawn, common Bermuda lawn, right now it's the end of April, and your Bermuda lawn should be right at half an inch to an inch. That's where you should be cutting it at right now. If you're gonna mulch, that's fine, but remember what I said. If you have a lot of weeds, do not mulch your lawn until you get those weeds under control. I had a host of videos I shot out earlier showing you what to put down and how to put it down. It's 3 or 4 different ways you can go about it. If you're watching those videos, please do not do all of them. Don't per diamine and turn around and go with bare with pre-emergent and turn around and spray yard for weeds again. Follow the directions on the bag or bottle, okay? But right now you should be at half an inch to an inch, all right? And you're gonna probably stay that way all the way until we get to the summer months. If it gets real hot, then we're bumping it up to 2 inches. I have a video where I talked about cutting heights. I'll link that in the description and a video link if you have a touch screen at the end of this video. But that's basically where you should be at. I think I'll show you some pictures and you can see my yard. You should be looking at it right now. And that's in certain places, I'm at half an inch. In certain places, I'm at 1 inch. And in certain places, I'm at 0.10. And some of those places where my water runs is compacted, so it's a lot lower. Some places where it's not, then it's right at 1 inch. And I got some sprigs that's bumping up to 2 inches. A lot of people ask me about that brownness. When is it gonna go away and how does it go away? If you are mulching your lawn, when you mulch, more than likely you'll be pulling up a lot of that brown, dead Bermuda grass, and the roots have died off and new roots have started with your other new Bermuda grass. So a lot of times you'll pull that up and you'll mulch it in. Okay, that's beneficial to the lawn in the long run. Sometimes you'll cut it and discharge, and you'll see the little white, brownish grass, dead clippings all over, and that's your yard basically getting rid of that and getting ready for it's shedding itself basically and getting ready for the new growth. Look, I'm going to show you my lawn, and I'll show you basically how you should cut your lawn. I'm not going to literally do it, but it's certain ways and patterns you need to cut your lawn. You do not need to cut it the same way. So let's take a look at that real quick. Okay, yard fanatics, if you look at my lawn, look, this is how you should cut your grass. Each and every time you cut it, you need to cut it in a different pattern. All right. A lot of times you can go ahead and cut it diagonal. And remember, this is going to just depend on the size of your yard. If you have a teeny weeny lawn, you may have some issues. If you got some space and you're using a 21 inch or even like I got right here, a 36 inch cut, you can do this. But what you need to do is cut it at an angle on one cut. And bear in mind, you should be cutting your grass weekly. If you're trying to keep it at 1 inch and you're going with a high nitrogen, you more than likely you're going to cut it twice. Okay, but the reason you don't want to keep cutting it in the same pattern each time, because you'll start to get groove marks in your lawn from the weight of your equipment if you're using a heavy duty one like that one right there. And if you're using a 21 inch self-propel, maybe a little bit different, but you don't want to get those consistent lines in the same row each and every time. The next time you cut it straight. What I mean by that is you go straight down like that, and you come back up. All right, the week after that you cut it, you want to come this way with it. You guys get what I'm saying? 4th week, if possible, cut it that way. Now you more than likely you either gonna have a 3 patterns or you're gonna have able to get 4 if you got a completely flat and big surface. So you're gonna go straight 1 week. Next week you want to cut diagonal either way. The week after that, come back diagonal this way. 4th week, go that way. Each and every time you cut your lawn, Bermuda lawn, always cut it in a different pattern. Do not always cut the same pattern each and every time. That way you'll see your yard grass bouncing back and it won't just lay flat in the same position each and every time. I get that question also, can you stripe a Bermuda lawn? Yes, it's possible, but understand this, that striping is basically a northern type grass, that fescue, and when you cut it, you basically bend the blades one way, you'll go back the other way and you'll bend them that way. What's happening is when the sun is shining on it, when it's leaning this way, you'll get a reflection, or if it's leaning that way, you'll get a reflection, and that's how you get those nice stripes. With Bermuda lawn, Bermuda lawn kind of spreads and grows up at the same time. So if you do get striping, if you're cutting with a reel mower with a heavy wheel in the front, then yeah, you can get a push down on it. But that striping doesn't really last that long when you're doing Bermuda lawns. That's why you don't really see a lot of guys doing videos about striping Bermuda lawns. Is it possible? Yes. More than likely, you're not going to be able to do it. Can it be done? Yes. Just depends on what type of equipment that you're using. All right, but that's one thing you need to know. Cut your Bermuda lawn. Right now, like I said, we're at the end of April, and we're roughly cutting at 1/2 inch to 1 inch. The hotter months, we might bump it up to 2 inches. But right now, that's what you need to be cutting your Bermuda lawn at, all right? So just remember one thing. You're tuned into Bermuda Grass Central with BYD. This is Michael Bowman, and I'll talk to you soon.